Beverly Hills, California. The epicenter of the film industry and home to a shed-load of A-listers. You could even take a coach to their gated mansions.
Beverly Hills is about luxury baked in sunlight. The boulevards are wide, the palm trees are high, the people are beautiful.
Here, billions of dollars pass through studio complexes, shopping districts, and of course, beauty salons to keep that Hollywood smile and everything else dazzling.
Everybody's had their teeth done, their Botox, their hair extensions.
And right in the midst of the glitz and the glam is a hotel that was quite literally made for Hollywood.
I turn the corner onto Santa Monica, and I see the beautiful white building with the big red neon letters. It gives me great pride in my job.
Rising above the boulevards on 9 acres of prime LA real estate, a 1950s star in its own right.
The Beverly Hilton is the epitome of class and charm. It's got this old Hollywood feel to it.
This three-pronged concrete showpiece of Californian modernism has luxury and extravagance running not only through it, but around its grand circular drive and up to the glass-fronted, marble-floored lobby.
Good morning, Larry.
Good morning, boss.
Another beautiful day.
Absolutely.
When you arrive, it feels like you've just arrived to a red carpet event. And most likely, there is a red carpet event going on.
It's an iconic hotel. It's the Hollywood establishment.
It prides itself on its Americana. So you won't get the Gothic architecture that you might get in Europe or the ridiculous opulence of the Middle East. What you will get is the best America has to offer.
And that is true Californian living 50s style. Starting with the largest pool in Beverly Hills at nearly 100 feet long. 3 statement ballrooms. 566 rooms. 9 penthouse suites. And 1 enormous, slick and shiny lobby.
It's got style that carries it through. A timeless classic.
Good morning. How are you today? Good. Ready for a busy day?
Hotel manager Michael Robertson has been running the show here for over 20 years.
This is our grand lobby of the Beverly Hilton. It's a nice, big, open space.
In 2003, as part of a multi-million-dollar hotel refurb, the lobby was given a facelift, with tens of thousands being spent on this whopping piece of gold leaf bling alone.
What I love best about it is the warm light it casts. Our guests really do appreciate it when they come in.
A one-of-a-kind specially commissioned piece by Nancy Lorenz, whose fans include Elton John and fashion house Chanel.
It creates this magnificent golden glow to the lobby. It just makes everybody look beautiful.
A lot of beautiful people have passed through this lobby in its time, even catching rookie staff members off guard.
I'll never forget it. I see all these people in the lobby, and I'm like, what the heck is going on at this hotel? I'm starstruck by some of the best athletes on the planet. And then the next day, I had the good fortune to meet the Reverend Jesse Jackson himself, and almost spilled my coffee on him, actually.
Along with well-known faces, this showy lobby welcomes 1 million guests a year. But some VIPs ditch this for a more covert arrival.
So here's a little secret. This is Santa Monica Boulevard and Santa Monica Boulevard loading dock, and that's exactly where you might find a celebrity sneaking up the back staircase at the last minute to a room. So this is the fun place to be.
When celebrities come here and don't want to deal with the photographers, there are little secret passageways that we know about that we help them with.
So this is the normally unseen back corridor of the Beverly Hilton. What's famous about this one is this is where all the celebrities come and go that don't want to be seen.
Certainly over the years, many high-profile politicians and Hollywood stars have made the most of the discreet elements to the hotel.
never know who's gonna be walking through the back hallway.
One night there was a big event here. A car was sneaking in on the far side of a driveway, and I ran over to talk to them, and it turned out to be Drew Barrymore. And she wanted to avoid the reporters, so I got them in a side door so they could avoid the reporters, which she was all excited, and she flung her arms around my neck and kissed me on the cheek. I made the security tape highlight.
So now I'm gonna take you up to the 8th floor where our exclusive penthouse suites are.
The reserve of the most wealthy of the hotel's guests.
Right this way.
This floor isn't open to any regular Joe.
It takes a private key to get in.
Penthouse suites cost upwards of £2,000 a night.
So this is our newly renovated presidential suite.
But this one is the creme de la creme and comes with a price tag to match.
This was built just for celebrities and dignitaries. We need to make this feel like their home. If they need a butler, we'll provide a butler. You name it, their whim, that's what we can do.
From £4,000 a night, this suite boasts 3 bedrooms, a spa-inspired bathroom, dining room, pool table, and ceiling-to-floor views of the Hollywood Hills.
My favorite thing about these rooms is the patios. They have views from the Hollywood sign to the Pacific Ocean, and the sunsets are amazing.
And it isn't called the presidential suite for nothing.
Bill Clinton stayed with us. President Obama stayed with us many times. He was very friendly, very approachable.
I met one of my heroes of all time heroes, a certain president. That was the moment of all moments. You know the power that this person has, but yet just seemed like one of the guys.
Best person that I met, a lot of them, but the one I probably enjoyed the most was President Bill Clinton.
Beverly Hilton is the potent mix of political figures and Hollywood stars. And when you get them mixing, there's always the possibility of quite a bit of scandal.
One former president took this special relationship with the hotel to another level.
So we're walking up to the rooftop of the garage, and it's really an iconic spot in history, because JFK in the early 60s, when he was president, landed his helicopter right here for one of his many meetings. I guess he was running a little late.
JFK felt like the Beverly Hilton was his home away from the White House, and he actually called it the Western White House.
So I want to show you these mystery doors. They're down here on the 2nd floor of our parking garage, and they go into the building where the guest floors are. So rumor has it is that VIP guests could be ushered into the building without being seen.
JFK would actually land his helicopter at the hotel, check into his room, and then the hotel security would sneak in Marilyn Monroe, where presumably they would have some fun.
The great and the good have stayed in those rooms, and they haven't always behaved in a very great and very good way. The walls could talk. They would probably want to go and get a book deal.
Coming up, how the hotel got its starring role in Tinseltown.
It was the who's who of the 1950s.
And the party really gets going.
You have celebrities fighting for seats.
Los Angeles, California. Drenched in sunshine and stardom. And here in legendary Beverly Hills, there's a hotel that's as famous as the silver screen stars who've graced its hallways and ballroom.
The Beverly Hilton, you walk in the same path that celebrities and dignitaries and presidents walked. You never know who you're going to see each day.
I've met in my career here probably 1,000 celebrities.
Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin.
Meeting people if you see it on TV or in a movie is really a thrill.
In the 1950s, Los Angeles was booming, sparked by the success of Tinseltown.
Hollywood was on a roll by the 1950s. It was the golden era. They were just churning out film after film. It was just like a license to print money.
and one man wanted a slice of the action.
Conrad Hilton, as a consummate hotelier, wanted to be right in the centre of that. And so he came up with this plan to open the Hilton, which would be a much bigger, brasher hotel than anything that was on offer at the time. And he wanted it to be the place that all the Hollywood stars came to be seen.
Conrad Hilton was the high-rolling hotelier who would go on to start a rich list dynasty that includes great-granddaughter Paris. He already had 14 hotels in his name, and after marrying actress Zsa Zsa Gabor, had his feet firmly under the table of the Hollywood elite.
Conrad was very much involved in the entertainment lifestyle. He had a ton of celebrity friends, and he wanted to tap into that world.
He saw how Hollywood had such a big influence on society. He felt Beverly Hills was the modern and the new, and I think that's where his vision was.
But to create a wow factor hotel in Beverly Hills meant finding the right space, and land was already in short supply.
Conrad knew that the city on the west side was growing. There was a dearth of convention space. So he took advantage of this triangular piece of land, the intersection of two major boulevards.
And he decided to fashion a cutting-edge hotel that would not only draw the crowds for its design, but also for its location.
Santa Monica and Wilshire Boulevard were the two main thoroughfares, and this opportunity absolutely had everything to do with location, location, location.
You're at the crossroads of Hollywood. Everybody's going to make a stop at Santa Monica and Wilshire at some point in their career or their life.
But what you do with a piece of land that's isolated like that takes some creativity.
That's where hotshot architect Welton Beckett makes his entrance. The man behind LA landmarks such as the General Petroleum Building and the Pan Pacific Auditorium.
This was intended to be a more lighthearted, a more enjoyable modernism than you would see in other places around the world.
Not only could Beckett build big and modern, but he pioneered the concept of total design.
He pitched as a one-stop shop to take care of all aspects of your building design, inside, outside, landscape, down to the smallest details.
Working with the go-to architect of the time, Conrad Hilton's newest attraction was revolutionary, pure Californian modernism.
It was something new. It was something very different from anything that he had done before.
It's very clean, very stylish, very futuristic. The Beverly Hilton was, at the time, absolutely cutting edge.
Using the very latest building materials of reinforced steel and concrete meant the building could take on whatever shape Conrad wanted.
The playfulness, I think, comes from a couple of things. The Y shape, so you can put the pool where you can put it, and the fact that you have a grand entry that is a circular shape that's the nod to the automobile and how important the automobile is in California.
And back in the 1950s, LA car culture was everything.
Oh, this hotel was built to accommodate the cars.
The Beckett firm even got playful with parking your car. The idea of pulling into the hotel and sort of spinning in this circle, giving it to the valet, there was a certain grand entrance to that.
There was very few small cars. Everything was big. Big Chryslers, big Fords, big Chevys.
These were land yachts that we were driving. It was central to so many places that you wanted to go, and we could even park our cars so people could see it. And they liked showing the cars off.
After 2 years of construction and $152 million spent in today's money, this groundbreaking, state-of-the-art modernist hotel opened its doors in 1955.
At the time that the Beverly Hilton first opened, it was like nothing that anybody had seen before.
And the biggest names in Hollywood flocked to see it.
It was the who's who of the 1950s.
You have Richard Nixon speaking and opening and cutting the ribbons.
You had Debbie Reynolds, Sammy Davis Jr.
Guests were greeted with trumpeters, and there was live elephants painted pink that were led around by women wearing bathing suits.
To christen the pool, film star and pro swimmer Esther Williams, famous for her aqua musicals, swam through a sea of white gardenias with her students.
And it seems over the top, and it was, but it was really fitting for the moment.
It was just amazing. I don't think they'll ever open a hotel like they did the Beverly Hilton.
Such was Conrad's fondness for this place that he issued an unusual family request.
He was so excited about the hotel opening. Whoever had the next girl in the family, he wanted named Beverly. So my sister became Beverly Hilton. Her first job just so happened to be here. If you called here and you said, I'd like to speak with Beverly Hilton, first thing the operator would say is, well, you have reached the Beverly Hilton. You couldn't get my sister for anything.
Installed forever in the Hall of Fame for its 1955 opening ceremony, the hotel continues to love the limelight.
I think the hotel definitely has this old Hollywood feel. Its lifeblood is the entertainment industry, and everything we do is entertainment focused.
In fact, the hotel is so Hollywood that it quite literally rolls out the red carpet for the arrival of its silver screen stars.
We do Directors Guild, Screen Actors Guild.
The Producers Guild Awards, the Writers Guild Awards.
Many smaller ones like the Costumers.
Hair and Makeup, Cinematographers and Publicists Guild Awards, just to name a few.
There's always a good chance that you're going to see a celebrity who's dressed up to the nines going to some award ceremony.
And it doesn't just pamper to the elite. This Hollywood workhorse does hospitality on an industrial scale.
We do everything.
No job too big or too small.
Bar mitzvah, bat mitzvahs, religious ceremonies, you name it, we will do it. Doing good. How's setup going?
Good. Yeah, so far so good. They got the tent up. The stage will be here. I think it's a special event. You know, it's the holy services that we're doing this weekend.
Wonderful. It's going to be a great event. Have a good rest of your day. All right.
Good seeing you.
Good to see you. All right. Take it easy.
Our staff thrive on doing things that are more challenging. I've seen all kinds of wonderful, crazy stuff. They'll change the bulbs in the chandeliers to the color that they want, special made furniture, custom clear tables.
If you want it served this way, we'll serve it that way. If you want us to think differently, we will.
We all know that American service is about looking after the customer, and that extends to the Beverly Hilton on steroids.
I'm just trying out a dish for an event that we're doing.
With over 200 red carpet events a year to cater for, executive chef Matthew Morgan and his team of 90 cooks certainly have a lot on their plate.
We're a very busy hotel. I mean, doing all those different events, and it's not for 100 people, it's for 500 people, 600, 800, 1,000, 1,300. So they're very large events.
And for an event in Los Angeles, we're not talking a few prawn vol au vents. This menu takes planning.
We'll test about 10 or 12 dishes for an event, and there's 3 or 4 dishes that doesn't get past the R&D stage.
At its busiest, the hotel's 3 kitchens serve up to 10,000 dishes in a night that must wow movie moguls, movers and shakers, and film stars.
It's a big responsibility. My inspiration generally comes from my own backyard. I've used things that I've planted at home before for the first time, and I've tried them out. And then that was my inspiration for a dish that we ended up using. So this dish that I'm working on here is kind of inspired by the LA street corn with the lime, the cotija cheese, and a little bit of chili. So this actually has a jalapeno aioli on the bottom with the grilled corn, garlic, some Fresno chilies. I'm gonna finish it with some micro cilantro.
We have so many events, and every event is trying to outdo the other. So we never can rest. We always have to keep raising the bar.
Despite the pressure, Matthew keeps his cool.
It's one of the most famous hotels in LA, if not in the country. And there we go. It was a little daunting to first come on because it has this history and the story and everything, but don't get overwhelmed with it.
And like Matthew, frontline hotel staff ensure they stay focused despite the Hollywood limelight.
You just have to prepare the team, and you're prepared yourself. You lead by example, and get down there and welcome people and make them happy. Make them smile as they come in, as you greet them.
When guests arrive at the hotel, I'm the first one to see them. I can either make or break a person's stay. I take that seriously, and it's vitally important that I make a good impression.
The Beverly Hilton is the hardest working hotel in Hollywood.
Coming up.
Live from the International Ballroom at the Beverly Hilton.
The Golden Globe Awards are in town.
These are moments of power that happen in the International Ballroom.
And a peek at some private parts of the hotel.
Can you imagine how many celebrities wash their hands in this sink?
In a corner of Beverly Hills between Santa Monica and Wilshire Boulevard is a landmark beacon attracting showbiz nobility from far and wide. Putting on over 200 events a year, this hotel rolls out a red carpet almost every other day. But there's one night that tops the bill in the Hollywood calendar.
If you only want to go to one event, you should probably go to the Golden Globes. It is magnificent.
That's if you can get a ticket. Prime location and A-list clientele make the hotel the perfect venue for the film industry's most exclusive and star-studded event.
It's probably the most magical place you could ever be.
It is the most exclusive event.
The Golden Globes have been held at the Beverly Hilton since 1961.
It aggravates Hollywood so bad that they can't get a ticket. So you have celebrities with the studio heads all fighting for seats, and they're almost sitting on each other's laps.
You get there and you hear people screaming, and at first you see a ton of paparazzi flashing their lights.
Everyone is amped up. Everyone is energy. The clicks of cameras. I've never heard so many clicks of cameras. It's amazing. It's just a different scale of just, what do you say, goosies?
The annual awards ceremony sees thousands of celebs, reporters, and red carpet fans descend on the hotel.
It's this gauntlet of energy and excitement that you never see on any other award show.
And even though it might come off very chaotic and loud, there's a plan to the madness. There's a lot of work that goes into making these steps happen.
Michael and his team spend months transforming the hotel.
Every square inch is spoken for. There is not one place you can put one more camera or one more person, because we have found a place for everything.
If the average mother of a bride thinks it's difficult at a wedding, that's nothing compared to the egos that are involved when you're talking about an award ceremony like this. Making sure nobody's too close to their ex, they're not going to walk past somebody who left them for a younger model. There's all sorts of real sort of complications, and that takes months of planning.
Okay, we are at the world-famous International Ballroom. It is all tiered. There's a stage up there that's 61 feet by 17 and a half. I have had a 35-piece orchestra up there with back rack. There probably isn't one celebrity that hasn't been in this ballroom.
Catering manager and hotel legend Paul Dreher has been involved in events in this ballroom for the last 4 decades.
Am I the busiest person in Hollywood? Yes. I started at the front desk July 21st of 1976 with hair past my shoulders. 2 years and 3 months later, they moved me to catering, and that's where I've been ever since. So my role here is to design parties. I have a great job, no doubt about it. We are in the cocktail area. And there's 2 gold curtains that closes off this ballroom so no one can see it. Well, we are Hollywood, so what we do is we actually push the buttons on the side of the wall. This gold curtain opens up, and boom. Live from the International Ballroom at the Beverly Hilton in Beverly Hills, it is the 38th Annual Golden Globe Awards. This kicks it off, the drum rolls go, and we are off and running. Well, the events need to be flawless. There's 100 journalists, there's 65 camera crews, and it's buzzing everywhere. Our staff is running here, running there, because it has to be flawless.
You see this incredibly glamorous, graceful, seemingly effortless event going on, but underneath there are thousands of members of staff scurrying around, making and delivering meals, pouring champagne. It is like a military operation.
It's not really super stressful, or maybe it is.
To go to a dinner in the International Ballroom is the most exclusive dinner in Hollywood.
The guest list for the awards dinner reads like a who's who of Tinseltown.
The people I have met in my lifetime is unbelievable. I will keep these memories forever. It's magic, it's all magical.
The circular ballroom was designed with grand events in mind. 1,300 guests can dine under crystal chandeliers. Down at the front is where the very VIP guests sit.
This area is known as the Pit. It's the finest tables in the house. It holds 15 tables. Now, one evening during the Golden Globes, I walked over here, and at this table right here, there sat Michael Jackson and Elizabeth Taylor. And of course, I wasn't going to leave the chair because I just wanted to stare at them. I remember that I was up the top. I felt the hand on my shoulder. So I finished my conversation and I turned around and Barbra Streisand's face is right here in mine. Well, I'm not usually without words, but I was going, It was just a real thrill for me because she is one of my icons.
And the stardust can be felt in every inch of this space. Legendary Hollywood actress and socialite Ava Gabor even had a hand in designing parts of the ballroom most of us never see.
So Merv Griffin, who used to be our owner, was best friends with Ava and Zsa Zsa Gabor. So when he redid the ballroom, he asked Ava, would she design the ladies' room and just make it spectacular? Of course, she said yes. Now let me show you what it ended up looking like.
Hollywood royalty can excuse themselves to a pink marbled throne, fit for a king or queen.
We've entered the entryway to Ava Gabor's ladies' room. And as you can see, there are mirrors all the way around because she likes standing in the middle and being able to see her 360 degrees all the way around. The entire room is all done in hot pink Italian marble. Can you imagine how many celebrities that actually wash their hands right in this sink?
Beyoncé has performed at the International Ballroom, so you can only imagine she maybe went to the bathroom to freshen up right after or before. Cindy Crawford has walked the runway at the International Ballroom for an event. When you go in there, you can't help but to think other really famous people have walked these exact steps before me.
Now we're into the powder room side of the ladies' room. Can you imagine the gossip that has gone on sitting in these chairs?
But it's more than just idle gossip that goes on behind the marbled walls and velvet curtains.
Huge mega bucks deals get made a couple of hours after the last Golden Globe has been handed out. That's when the serious money gets sorted out.
This is where big business deals happen and where movies get talked about.
You might see Justin Timberlake deep in conversation with a film producer, and the next thing you know, he's appearing in the film The Social Network.
These are moments of power that happen in the International Ballroom.
The big deals may be happening within the walls of the ballroom, but down below in the unseen quarters of the hotel, there's plenty of celebrity action.
I'm actually standing in the pathway of the award winners. So they go from the stage to the press room. So they pass by where I'm standing right now after they do their acceptance speech. It's a little weird running around a corner and almost running into someone holding one of those statues, which I've done a couple of times.
This area may not look like much, but on the night of the Golden Globes, the traffic in this space is absolutely insane. So if you can imagine, every winner passes through this corridor, and on the night of the Golden Globes, I had an opportunity to be struck by the woman herself, Lady Gaga. So she says, hey guys, let's get a selfie. So it was right here on this spot, her and her team, they took the camera, and I'm thinking to myself, I gotta get a picture of their selfie because I'm standing right next to Lady Gaga and her team. So I take my phone out, lift it up, and that is the shot I caught of Lady Gaga taking a picture when she won the Golden Globes here at the Beverly Hilton. Awesome.
Awards and dinner done, the hotel staff gear up for the next phase of the evening. As a further 5,000 guests descend on the hotel.
The best thing about the Beverly Hilton and the night of the Golden Globes is no one has to leave. The parties are transformed throughout our entire hotel.
The hotel is a one-stop shop for the awards ceremony, putting on no less than 5 after-parties.
You roll out of that ballroom and you can go to an HBO party, you can go to a Sony party, you can go to a Netflix party. Every single big Hollywood company is holding a massive party all throughout the hotel.
Other award shows, you are at the hotel, and then from there you leave to go to dinner, and that's kind of a pain in LA with traffic, getting a taxi or getting a valet. So it's really convenient to have everything all happen at the Beverly Hilton.
Most people don't know that while everyone's watching the Golden Globes on TV, the celebrities, their friends, their families, they're all headed to this pool. However, it's not a pool anymore. It's transformed into basically a nightclub.
A lot of food, a lot of shrimp, and a lot of liquor.
Poolside parties here are legendary. That's the one word that comes to mind here. So hopefully you get your ticket next year at the Golden Globes.
Coming up, hotel guests get the spa treatment, Beverly Hills style.
You know, you're gonna need these because it gets down to minus 220 degrees Fahrenheit.
And a Hollywood reporter gets the scoop of a lifetime.
And there was Angelina in the pool swimming, and she pulled me right in.
The Beverly Hilton has been a Hollywood landmark since it opened in the 1950s. The playful post-war architecture and 5-star service have been drawing crowds for decades.
The Beverly Hilton is absolutely perfect for Hollywood. It's a catwalk. It's a place where you're going to be seen. People are going to be looking at you while you're there.
Where better to strut your stuff or indulge in some good old celeb spotting than amongst the palm trees poolside?
So this is the Aquastar pool, heated to 83 degrees, so you can swim year-round. This is such an amazing environment. There's 36 rooms here poolside. In the summertime, the cabana rooms are definitely the most popular rooms in the building. You can see celebrities, sunbathing, relaxing, conversations happening poolside. It's just an oasis in the middle of the city of Beverly Hills.
Unlike many of its neighbors, the pool was designed to be a showpiece, a focal point where the average Joe and the Hollywood set could lie shoulder to shoulder on loungers.
The central location of the pool and the fact that it's not a rectangular pool. It was a space in which you felt enclosed, it felt both hidden away and yet accessible.
They really wanted to make sure they had an amazing pool scene because in that golden era of Hollywood, it was all about sort of the starlet shot by the, on the lounger by the pool. And it's kept that to this day, that there's a really great vibe around the pool.
While a few wannabes may have been found loafing by the sun loungers, only one star has had their poolside antics catapult them into a household name.
So in 1999, Angelina Jolie was at the Golden Globes, and she was up for an award for her role in Gia. And she told all the people around her that if she won the award, she was going to celebrate by taking a plunge in the famous Aquastar pool.
The reason she was going to do that was because when she was a kid, she had snuck into this hotel to swim and got kicked out. And she thought to celebrate her Golden Globe win, it would be great to go swimming.
She ended up winning.
And my boss said to me, would you mind following Angelina Jolie and see if she jumps in the pool? I said, absolutely, that's a great assignment. I came running out here and I stopped right here and Angelina was right out there. She was swimming. I leaned down, I said, Angelina, can we talk? And next thing I knew, I was in the pool. She pulled me right in. It is the first and probably only interview in a pool I'll ever do. We sat there and we talked about how special the night was and how special this place is to her.
And the story was splashed across the front pages, making Angelina a star overnight. But one person was not so impressed with this famous scoop.
When I got home, my girlfriend at the time said, where have you been? And I said, well, I was swimming with Angelina Jolie. And she said, sleep on the couch tonight.
For guests in search of something a little more adventurous than R&R by the pool, the hotel is now equipped with its very own futuristic health haven.
We realize that every hotel has a spa, so let's do something a little bit different.
In a city famous for preserving its looks, it's no surprise the hotel is pushing the boundaries in the quest for eternal youth.
So this is Upgrade Labs. It's a unique, one-of-a-kind facility in a hotel.
The most Beverly Hills element of the Hilton is the Upgrade Labs.
It is a collection of biohacking equipment to maximize your health through ways that most people haven't seen before.
Which I think is quite a neat way of saying, we know you've got stupid amounts of money, we know you are very concerned about the aging process, and we are going to help you spend some of your very disposable income, and we'll make you look, or at least feel, better.
So this is our cryo chamber, and you're gonna need these, because it gets down to minus 220 degrees Fahrenheit, and you're in there for 3 minutes. But it's worth it. It's so much fun. You get a great immune response and you'll never sleep better.
And for guests needing to thaw out,
the Red Charger bed is phenomenal. It stimulates a lot of immune response to help correct anything that you have going on. It was new to our guests, for sure. Upgrade Labs is not normal, and so they're a little intimidated when they go in. I can tell you that they really feel it right away.
the hotel may have moved with the times, but it's the golden age heritage and long-serving staff that keep this star burning brightly.
We have more than 100 employees that have worked at the hotel for more than 30 years.
I have been here 44 years, 2 months, and 1 day today.
I've been working at the Beverly Hilton for 46 years now.
I started in 1971. I'm in my 50th year working at the Beverly Hilton Hotel. It's a very special hotel. You can see the history in this building, and you can just feel it as you drive in.
The hotel has been here for over 60 years. I don't see it going away anytime soon.
Conrad Hilton, he said, "This is the finest hotel I've ever built." And we're the flagship of all Hilton. And we've always taken that seriously. They told us a hotel is just a big house with a lot of beds in it. It's you, the people that work here are the ones who make it, that people want to come back and see you, not the hotel.
This hotel will be here long after I'm gone. The children, the grandchildren. It's a place to be.